All right, and up next we have Kerob Blaster by Metallama.
All right. Does everything look good to go? All right. First off, I'm Metallama. This game is Kerob Blaster. It was released in 2014. The developer is Pixel. You might know the name as he developed Cave Story. And if my couch wants to introduce themselves, they're here giving me moral support.
I'm Esgrunt.
I'm Ms. Bolts.
All right. I think we're ready to go. All right. I'm just going to give a quick countdown. 3 to whatever it is. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so he gave you a little introductory information about what Kerob Blaster is. There are a couple different modes for the game. There's a normal mode, which has, you know, normal stuff. 7 levels. And bosses and mini-bosses. This is a pretty straightforward action platformer. It's a pretty linear. It has a lot of artistic similarities to Cave Story. You can kind of tell that it's Pixel's art design. And the chiptune soundtrack is absolutely fantastic. So there will be moments during the run where I will try and shut up so we can just enjoy the tunes. So I did one of the first basic tricks for speedrunning. I did a damage boost. Or actually, no, I didn't do the damage boost because I got hit on the first screen, but it was all okay. So, however, I am not doing normal mode. I am doing the mode that is called Zangyo, which I believe is Japanese for overtime. So it's essentially the game's hard mode. It features remixed platforming from normal mode, a lot more enemies in the areas, and the bosses for each area. Sorry, I'll be sometimes interrupting my words because mashing is hard. All right, I was gonna die there, so I quit out to the title screen so I didn't lose a life, because that's a precious commodity, so I can, you know, don't let the marathon nerves get to me. All right.
You're doing your best just not to croak here.
Esgrunt, I love you. Also, Bullets, I hope you're ready with some random frog facts.
I have a couple.
I am counting on you for this. So yeah, as I was saying, remixed platforming. Bosses are sometimes completely redesigned, and sometimes they just have some, a few properties changed. And this one has more health, shoots different kinds of bullets than the previous incarnation. All right, that's the first phase down. That was a little close, but we got it done. All right, so for beating the first boss, I get a new weapon. This one is called the Fan. It does 2 damage just like the upgraded normal blaster that I have here. But it has a wider hitbox, which will come into some notice later.
So what you're saying is that it's a hit.
Sorry, I didn't get that one, Esgrunt. Maybe it's just because I'm tired. So yep, this is the second level, greenery zone. It's kind of a marshy area. And we will see various marshy creatures around. So yep, I'll just be going through the level. And I'm going to be doing, it's not really a trick, but it's when you start firing in a direction, if you just keep on holding fire and then move around, you will still be facing that direction. And I'm using that here to manipulate these birds to come at me from the back of the screen, so they will not annoy me when I'm trying to traverse. That's called the snail jump. I don't think I need to explain that one, do I? Alright, we're just about to buy some more items. A heart upgrade, and the upgrade to the fan, which is called the wide, as I was saying before. If you want to read a donation, this should be pretty straightforward at the moment.
All right, we do have a $150 donation from Anonymous. Thanks for all the volunteers organizing and participating in the event. I've enjoyed every stream I've gotten to see. Great job, all.
All right. If we could just let some of the music play now. I bet we're, all of us Americans that are awake for this are pretty tired, but I bet the Europeans like to chill even at this time. And this music is just absolutely gorgeous. All right, we're coming up on the second boss here. All of these enemies that will be appearing here are all pattern, so I know where they are. This boss is like basically not RNG at all. Like the first boss, where the bullets flied, how far its distance was when it jumped, that's all RNG. Ah, whoops. Let's try that again. So, it's kind of interesting. There's a lot of things in this run that are like RNG and some that are just pattern, even though they look like they could be RNG. So we'll just quick finish off this fight. Oh, I didn't want that to happen, but I was hoping to kill it so I could kill it over there so I'd have less area to walk back, but you know, that's okay. So for killing this boss, we get the weapon called the Bubble. And this weapon is largely useless to us in the speedrun. It has a few uses. I have developed a strat where I use it there, so I destroy one of the books, so it's kind of easier to jump up to that, the ladder. And there's another strat in the next level which uses it, and that's about it. So this is OXOX Hotel. As you can see, it's kind of a dilapidated house or hotel. It is in the name, right? I think so. All right. If you want to maybe read a donation or two, this will be pretty straightforward.
Of course. So $10 from Rasmus129. I hope staying up is not too hard for you. Here, have some energy. Donation goes to Reader's Choice. And another $10 from Anonymous. 4th or 5th time watcher, first time donator. SGDQ and AGDQ are the best weeks in the year. I always try to run your stream 24/7. GDQ always gets my view. Thumbs up on good luck to all the awesome runners and have a great time.
You can read one or two more.
$10 from D2X, showing my nephew SGDQ for the first time. Since people want to name Frog after me, I had to donate. Gonna name that frog Glenn.
And just in case a runner's choice comes up, that was actually what I was going to put my money to as well. All right, we're coming up on the first mini-boss of the game. From here on out, all levels have a mini-boss as well, and as for the final level, it actually has 2 mini-bosses. That way you know it's serious. So this guy is basically just a mole, and he's throwing rocks at you.
I can dig it.
Yeah, that guy's a little bit rude. So, sadly, he had to go. All right, we're just buying another health upgrade here. This is the health that we'll be staying at for the majority of the run. Right in the last level, we'll be purchasing an extra heart so that we have a little more beefiness going into the last fights. And
After all, we don't want to be completely heartless for it.
All right, this room has it's probably some of my favorite movement if I can get it right. All right, and that was pretty clean. Got to hold right there and look really good while doing it. All right, this music is awesome, so let's listen to this a bit. It's nice and chill stuff. And in the next room, we have a tire chasing after us. No biggie.
They never get tired of that one, do they?
No, they don't. Man, these places are really like, there's just so much stuff left over here. They really needed better custodians. All right, so now this guy is an electric fish.
Shocking.
Oh, yeah. Now, this is probably one of the bosses in this game that has been changed the least from normal mode to Zongyo. He still shoots lightning at you. There's some more fishes that come up out of the ground, which are a little bit different, but on the whole, the boss is just about as easy or hard as it was in normal. So we got done with that level pretty handily. And we got the most important movement upgrade. We got the jetpack. So taking kind of another leaf out of Cave Story's book. Except this jetpack has completely different physics and uses. It has a couple different jumps, two to be specific. If you see there, it's a there's one that's kind of a more horizontally minded and increases our speed. And there's another one that's basically just kind of sending you straight up. And in, like, say, a room like this, I will be carefully spacing vertical jumps in order to cut the corners on that stuff as much as possible. I can grab a safety one up there because the money needs to fall out of that safe. Yeah, the things that we've been pilfering, they're not like treasure chests or anything, they're safes. So I guess we're thieving frogs?
Oh no, you're just playing it safe.
Okay, yeah, no, I get what you mean. Alright, so we are just coming up on the next mini-boss. And this one might incur some nightmares. It's really scary. It's a safe full of money. I mean, maybe that'd be a good dream if you were being chased by a safe full of money. I don't know, maybe that's something we'd all like. Though this boss can be a little bit scary, even though it's not that bad, because it can land on your head or it can crush you into a wall, and that's an insta-kill. Alright, so we very neatly dispatched of that boss. And now we'll be picking up the most cost-efficient upgrade of the run. We upgraded the wide, which did 3 damage, to the quad, which sends out 4 shots in a cone, each doing 2 damage. Whoops, I fell off that platform. And it's just it really, really increases the damage, and it's just quite a cheap upgrade too, just 300 coins. And now we're just kind of be traversing the stage some more. If you want to read a donation or two, I'll just be having my fun little merry way here.
All right. We have a $5 donation from Twinkie SWF. Hey Llama, Twinkie here. Hope you're having fun, or dare I say it, a blast. Put this donation towards saving the animals. I'm very much against killing animals and very pro make this event longer, and so should you.
Thank you, Twinkie. Love you, dude. All right. So in case you thought that there were already a lot of tires, there's a lot more tires here. So obviously whoever set up these areas really didn't like whoever they thought was going to come through here. All right, and now we're getting to the area boss. And this is probably one of the most puzzling bosses in the game because it's a truck. You would think in like, you know, these kind of 8-bit games or whatever, you'd have, really interesting designs. No, this is just literally a truck that fires out missiles. And especially with all the other interesting creatures, it's just kind of, okay, they got a truck there. And now the truck has blown up and we can move on to the next level. This is the last kind of weapon upgrade we'll be picking up. This is the basically the fire weapon, and conveniently enough, that'll be very useful when we go to the next stage, which is an ice-themed stage. And we'll get one other upgrade here, probably the most aesthetically pleasing. It is the Dapper Jacket. It will absorb 1 hit. Also, it's warm and quite dapper, and it does look very good on our frog hero. Alright, let's just listen to this music some. This cave has some pretty tight movement in it.
I moved while you're playing.
That means something a lot to me, Escron. Thank you so much. Alright, here we're just traversing some more platforms. As you can see, a lot of the speedrun for this game isn't really glitches or stuff like that. This is one of those really just kind of movement-based runs. One reason why this category was not that popular to begin with was because the runners for this game thought that there would be too much RNG with all the extra enemies to really run it well. And before I even started running the game, I had a friend who I had seen run the game, and I was going like, why are there no times on this leaderboard? It's like literally there on speedrun.com, and I was just kind of like, that's so stupid. This is actually a real category. There should be runs there. And so I even went into the world record holders chat, Draculander, shoutouts to him, and said, I am going to learn how to speedrun this game, and I'm going to speedrun Zongyo. Before I'd even, I'd played it casually, but I hadn't even started running yet. And lo and behold, I actually did.
What you're saying was the time was right.
Oh, it was very right. And so what happened is I did record the first runs, but then some of my first runs were quite bad, and I just wanted to get some times on the leaderboards. And then this guy found the runs, a guy called Sam Phantom. And he was kind of like, these runs are terrible. I need to actually, put some good runs on there. And so he submitted a time out of nowhere, and it was like wow, we have something to work with now. So we worked on collaborating a bunch of strats, and like that's how this kind of category came to be a thing. Like, I don't remember like when I first started running this. It can't be more than like half a year or so. So the running of this category is still quite new, and we just have 3 runners for it at the moment. So hopefully we can get some more numbers to bolster it. Because to be fair, there are a lot of enemies, but surprisingly there are more easy ways to deal with a bunch of them than was thought before. And I mean also, wouldn't you want to speedrun a game with this kind of music? Alright, this is the next boss. As you saw, the mini-boss was kind of a mini blob thing. This is a large blob thing. So, it's scary. And actually, for one reason, it's scary because there are some important elements of RNG. Like, some of the things that it shoots out there are RNG, and these arms there are RNG, and it gave me a really good pattern. I can damage it as long as those arms are moving around, and it depends on just what the thing is feeling like, how long it'll shoot those out. And I can, once it stops moving them, I get a chance to do 1/3 of its remaining health. So if the arms move around really quickly, I don't get much damage and there's really nothing I can do. Or if the arms just decide, you know what, I'm going to take my sweet time. It allows me to get a 1 cycle, and that looked really nice and crisp for the run. So this is the train station, it is the 6th stage. A little more drab, black and white sort of theme. All right. This room is actually fairly important. I don't do the world record route at the moment because it requires a lot of skill in mashing, and that's still something I'm really working on in my own speedrunning talents. So the world record route uses quad only to beat the game. That's kind of like what's the norm in normal mode. But given my mashing and just my lack of confidence with it, or at least at a very, very top level, which this game kind of demands, I go out of my way to collect a lot more money so I can purchase the most normal damaging weapon in the game, called the Laser Uzi. And we will get a chance to see its kind of destructive power in just a little bit, right after we dispatch this boss, which is, I mean, it's kind of a blob. It looks like a marshmallow, sort of. And it's a dead marshmallow.
A toasted marshmallow.
That's a good one, yeah. All right, if you want to read a couple donations, this would be a good time for it.
All right. $5 donation from Kuma. $5 for good luck to Metallama. Don't croak. I'll donate for more frog puns.
S-Grunt, you know what to do.
I'll hop right on that.
Speaking of, $10 from Random Polygons. Couldn't resist donating thanks to the pun guy on the couch. We'll donate 10 more if the puns continue.
I knew it was a good idea to put you on my couch, S-Grunt. Alright, so as you can see, the Laser Uzi is really powerful. It has a lot more range than the quad. And to top it off, I'm not even mashing with it yet. This is just me holding it down. So yeah, it's pretty strong.
You must be beaming about this.
Hopefully the camera can see my smile. This is also one of my favorite themes in the game. It's a shame that it's in this category not that long. Not that long for this world. So this is one of the few save and quits that we do or the only one. It skips the cutscene of the train coming in, and our intrepid group of penguins that we have here powering our rail car. I don't know why they're there, but they're one of the important MVPs of the runs, because they actually help us out in the next stage as well. Now those clocks that were spawning, those are completely RNG, so I usually want to not take it too dangerously, though I've been playing very well so far, and so I'm at a really good amount of health. Alright, we were able to get a 1 cycle on the first phase, and that second phase went very quickly as well. So now we are moving on to the last level, and in comparison to normal mode, this last level is completely new. It's got new enemies, new sprites, new background, just new everything, new bosses. It's really, essentially, it makes this mode a completely different game almost from normal mode. And we're just collecting some extra money here so we can purchase that 5th heart that we're going to get. And it's up here that we get to see the real reason why our penguin friends here are the MVPs of this run. Whoops, I better get back on there. Ooh. Okay, that's a little nerve-wracking there. Okay, we saved that. I was worried about having too little health to survive some of that damage boosting that I might do there, but we recovered it. And so the penguins help us skip this section. Otherwise, you can't get up here, and down below is a lot of water, and it's really slow. And here's our one glitch. Oh, look, we clipped through the ceiling there. And we can let also the penguin car land on our heads, and we just managed to get through it. So that is I believe, just the one glitch that we have in this run so far. And I'm not even sure if it saves time, but it looks cool.
Bye, penguins. You will be missed.
But they live on in my heart. So here I'm just trying to make my way as fast as possible. Taking some hits. Honestly, like in a game like this, it's like health is kind of a commodity that's supposed to be used as well to go fast. Now, it might matter in some of the later fights, which are actually quite difficult, but we do have a number of lives left, both from safety and also just I've been playing very consistently so far. So I have a lot extra lives that I haven't needed to use that I've routed in. All right, so we're moving to the first of the mini bosses in this final area. I've not explained the plot at all because it's quite quirky, quite fun, and we skip all the cutscenes. But I promise you, if you eventually play the game, it will be very fun. Oops, I forgot I only had 1 health. Anyways, it's not a big deal. So this is basically a work-creating machine, creating unnecessary work for employees, and it's really been wreaking havoc. And we don't like that, so we are going to make sure that whoever is using this work machine is stopped in their tracks.
Oh, don't worry. It'll all work out somehow.
All right, so he gave me a good positioning, so I can basically 1 cycle this phase there. I can just sit right under there and just constantly mash there. Shoutouts to Alexa. She's a top-level cave story runner, especially. And she recently picked up Kerob Blaster. She already has a better time than me. And she came up with some strats of her own, which are very useful. All right, so we got that first mini-boss down. And now we will be working on climbing up this electric tower. Now this is just going to be some platforming and just some general clearing out of stuff. So if you want to read some donations now, it'd be a good time.
All right, $50 donation from Anonymous. Woke up at 4 a.m. to watch this. Hero Blaster is great. And
thank you so much.
Another $50 from Torador. It's 5 a.m. and still way too hot to sleep here, but there's Hero Blaster, so it's okay. Thanks for the run.
All right, this is the second mini boss. It is a kind of a possessed worker. It's kind of a sad state. And he really is possessed in that he is literally on marionette strings. So we're going to work on exercising that sort of possession out of him. Because we're just good people like that, you know. Because work is enough trouble as is. You don't want to be forced to do it for the rest of your lives, like a zombie.
Yeah, it's no good getting too high-strung when you're at work like this.
Oh, I might die. I died. Oh. Oh well, that's fine. I was doing really good damage on that that attempt too, so I was hoping I could get a really quick kill. Instead, I tanked too many hits. That's all right. Alright, and this boss is done. And then we're just going to wait for it to die. If you want to get some last donations out of the way.
Of course. I have a $25 donation from Kona Rican. The puns from the couch are almost bad enough to make me croak. A real fan of the puns puts a wide range of puns in one go, maybe even a quad pun joke. Break out of the safety bubble, fan the flames, and make some real puns. Donation to Runner's Choice.
Thank you. Ascrunt, I think you've got some, you got to step it up now. That was really impressive. All right, and this is the final boss. The name given in-game is a salesman. But we need to take him out because obviously he is some nefarious dude.
I don't know, I'm not completely sold on that idea, but let's go with it.
All right, and so I am hoping for a kind of a certain pattern from him. His attacks here are choreographed or telegraphed on the screen behind him, but I'm hoping after one of these attacks that he will stand up before the next attack goes. That will allow me to do extra damage to him. And good example, he actually stood up there. So I was able to get this done one cycle early.
Well, I, for one, would not stand for that.
All right, and now the salesman has split into 4 fairies. I really don't know how to describe this fight. It's pretty trippy. And this isn't even the trippiest part of it, so I need to take down all of these pieces. After I take down 3 of them, the 4th one kind of acts a little differently. And I just wanted to make sure he was extra dead by shooting him more. But you know, we're a super frog, so we don't really care about falling into a void. We're more strong than that. All right.
Well, I think you could have avoided that personally, but
all right, and this is the true final boss. It is the salesman head with telephones flying around it, flinging telephone receivers. Your guess is
you don't try to understand it.
I was about to say, your guess is as good as mine. I do not recommend going on drug trips, but it might make it a little more understandable. Not sure. All right, so we're just trying to mash as fast as possible. We're going for a 3 cycle, except that was really weird. I have not seen him fly up that far up before. Because usually he dips down a little bit lower. So now I just need to let it come into view, and it's dying. Actually, I was lying. We have one more use for the bubble. All right, and time will be when I pick up the receiver. So, time. All right, what was my time?
A 34:32.
I'm really happy with that time. Holy cow. I'm very happy with that. So yeah, I just want to give some shout outs to the people that have supported me to get me here just throughout my years of streaming. Shouts to Verget Spy, shouts to Warmham, I wish you could have been here. Yeah, and I'd really recommend that you check out Kero Blaster, even just as a casual game. The music is amazing. You get basically 2 game modes for the price of 1. And honestly, you need to do yourself a favor and just buy with the bundle with the Kero Rhythm with the soundtrack, because I have played this soundtrack so much and it's just incredible. One of my favorite soundtracks of all time. But yeah, thank you for having me do this.
All right, thank you so much for the run, Metallama. We are going to do a quick Twitch ad, so we'll be back in the next minute or so. All right, welcome back, everyone. This is SGDQ 2017, raising money for Doctors Without Borders. We like to do things a little fast here sometimes. I'm just going to go ahead and read off a few donations. We have a $10 donation from Random Polygons. Here's the rest of what was promised. Good job, Mr. Punman, and great run. We have a $20 donation from Vicky Tronmon. Love this event, had to miss most of the event this year, so I had to donate. Put this donation towards the Kingdom Hearts 2 run. $5 donation from Kuma. I heard my comment and leaped out of my seat. Quick reminder that SGDQ Twitch is now accepting bits. So we do have a donation incentive for Majora's Mask Blindfolded, and it's 5 million bits. We're currently at 1 million, so if you want to get that in, go for it. $50 donation from Talon Sniper. first SGDQ ever, having a great time. Keep up the great work. $15 from Lobanoa. Been watching for a few years now, always try to catch it whenever possible, regardless of schedule. Always great to see awesome people come together for an awesome cause. $15 from Kiermaya. First time donating here. You're doing a really great job. Keep going for our entertainment and save the animals. $5 donation from Blackline. Nice event like always. Keep going. Reminder for all of those donating currently that there are prizes you are eligible for right now. There's the PlayStation 4 Gold Edition, where you need to have a cumulative amount of $50 donated, and there's also the custom-built Corsair PC, which you need to have a cumulative $150 amount for. And we are ready for Bleed 2, run by